I have at least 4 friends that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, at my high school there were 2 suicides. They were very beloved football players and, big parts of the community, and that really affected our school in very serious ways.
I personally know 3 people that have committed suicide, and I personally know many people that have attempted it, including myself.
For my friends who have, my immediate response is frustration and anger and how dare you? How can you do this? How can you do this to your family? I have one of my friends has 3 brothers, and she attempted to take her life not like maybe 6 months ago, and I was furious. I thought, how could you do this to your family, to yourself, to the people who love you?
It is a chemical imbalance, but if we're talking about the way that people start thinking when they're dealing with these thoughts, so to speak, it's mostly just they think of the quickest way of an escape. Their brains can't really put the pieces together that things can change, things can move forward. A lot of times they're stuck in this idea that it's just going downhill from now. Let me just get out.
When you're dealing with someone who is in that state, you can't, anger is not the right way. The only way is to love and to express your love for them.
I think that what drives most people to commit suicide is the fact, there's so many factors about it, but I think if I had to I don't want to minimize it, but if I had to, in one big idea, it's just this idea of you want to relieve yourself of the pain of living, because life is really difficult and life can be very painful, and so this idea that you can sort of release yourself from that, I think is the ultimate idea. In Greek and Roman culture, for instance, they thought the gods' only gift they gave to humans was the ability to kill ourselves so easily, because life is so hard.
Really, the only hardest part about suicide for many people is just the people around them not, I don't want to say not realizing, but not taking that step forward and just asking what's up. There's a lot of just lack of communication in those scenarios that just leads to the worst thing happening because no one asked, are you okay?
I think that the way that society has tackled depression and suicide is wrong. I think that we've gone to the route of medications are the way, there's something wrong with you, we need to fix you, you need to be fixed, we want an immediate fix, and that's never the way to healing.
It's completely okay to burden someone else with your troubles, especially if it could save your life.
I feel like a lot of people who are suicidal, just no one's telling them, or maybe people are, or they're just incapable or don't have the support to understand the impact that their life makes on others.
Because I think a big problem with people who want to commit suicide is they're so stuck inside themselves and they're so stuck in their problems. And it's a natural thing to do, we're only human, but it's essential to be non-biased towards yourself.
I think that we, even still definitely have a long ways to go as far as our social understanding of mental illness or, depression and, other issues that could lead up to suicide. I think it's still highly stigmatized to talk about it. It's still very uncomfortable. It's still very shameful to speak about. And I think that therapy can be very expensive. The way that our society talks about it and treats it can be, problematic in a sense. And I think that people aren't getting the help they need, or might not even be able to recognize that they need help because there's not enough awareness. And obviously people are working to change that, but I just think the current state right now, and especially in the past, there just hasn't been enough support for people who need this sort of support to not in their lives. They need you know, something that's going to give them purpose again.
It's a really good step also, like moving forward, to treat everyone with kindness, because you learn what it's like not to.